the British Home Secretary decided on the 22nd to release the internees in Frongach, and they were all coming home. It was going to be a tough winter on the Cambrian Mountains when you go down to North Wales, and it's a place I was in only once. I went there for the 75th anniversary of the Roisin. I wanted to see where my granddad was incarcerated, but I was a bit taken aback because it had totally changed. There's the South Camp, which was the old brewery, and there's the North Camp, which was a collection of huts. But there's only one hut left. Well, there was that time. That was 25 years ago. I don't know, is it left now? But it's an interesting little place, and it was a lot like, I suppose it was a lot like the west of Ireland to me. The only thing is I drove down that way and I thought maybe their Gaelic would be very similar to ours, but I got an awful shock. And this is to all the lads that were incarcerated or locked up there. 15 forgetful rebels filed into Frongach clink, shouting out the battle cry of freedom, in a state of blank abstraction, for their names they couldn't think. So they shouted out the battle cry of freedom. Gotta straff the roll call, hurrah for the mics, hurrah for the ribbon boys who organised the strikes. For everywhere the roll was called, their names they didn't know. So they shouted out the battle cry of freedom. This caused a great commotion, for the rebels spent their time shouting out the battle cry of freedom. A court came down to sit on them, their function was sublime. Oh, shouting out the battle cry of freedom. Gotta straff the roll call, hurrah for the mics, hurrah for the rebel boys who organised the strikes. For everywhere the roll was called, their names they didn't know. For they shouted out the battle cry of freedom. With their speechifying in an oratory, the courthouse knew no rest, shouting out the battle cry of freedom. For some now long years they got it off their chest, shouting out the battle cry of freedom. Gotta straff the roll call, hurrah for the mics, hurrah for the rebel boys who organised the strikes. For everywhere the roll was called, their names they didn't know. So they shouted out the battle cry of freedom. Gotta straff the roll call, hurrah for the mics, hurrah for the rebel boys who organised the strikes. For everywhere the roll was called, their names they didn't know. So they shouted out the battle cry of freedom. Lee McNamara. We're going to have, thank you. We're going to have Lee McNamara for a poem, and we're going to have